Now that we calculated the reactions for this truss, we should look into a plan as how to proceed to calculate the forces in this truss. And the concept here is we have only two equilibrium equations, that is the sum of all forces in x direction equal to 0 and the sum of all forces in y direction equal to 0. These are the two equations that we have for each and every joint here. So we make sure that any joint that we will go to resolve must have two unknowns or less. So let's explore this, starting with joint A here. Let's see how many unknowns we have. We have, this is an unknown and this is unknown. So it's possible to start at this joint at this point. So let's mark this to be the first joint that we'll do. So this will be step number 1 for us. So call it number 1. And now that these are the 10 unknowns, 2 unknowns, so after we work on this joint, this will be resolved, this will be calculated, and this will be calculated. So step number 2 is we have to see either we'll go to joint E or joint C. So if we go to joint E, how many unknowns do we have here? We have 1, 2. And if we go to joint C, we have 1, 2, 3. So joint C is not an option. At this stage we have to do joint E. So to do joint E, again, we'll do joint E. So this is joint E. So this will be the second joint that we'll work on. Now once we do these two unknowns, they become unknown because we are calculated. So now if you come to joint C, how many unknowns we have? This is known, and this is known, this is unknown, and this is unknown. So this is now, at this stage, it is okay to do joint C because I have only two unknowns to work with. So this will be step number 3, or this will be the third joint for me to do. Now that I have done this one, these are calculated, and this is calculated also. So let's see if we will do, if we try to do joint D, for example, at this point, we have this is unknown, this is unknown, this is unknown. So this is not a good choice. Let's see if joint F will be a better choice for us. So joint F, and joint F we have this is known, and this is known, this is unknown, and this is unknown. So we have only two unknowns here, so we can proceed to this joint to be the next joint for us to work on, and this will be the fourth joint for us to work on. Now that we calculated this guy, FD or DF, if we go back to joint D, now we have this to be known, this is unknown, this is unknown. So now I can work on joint D. So this will be my fifth joint to work on. Now this is calculated after I'm done with joint D, and this is calculated. So what is left for me in this truss, of course this is also calculated from this. So what is left for me is I can do either joint B or can do joint G. So I think it is easier to do joint B. So we'll do joint B. If we come to joint B, you'll see this is already calculated. This is unknown, so I have only one unknown here. So I can do joint B, and that will be the sixth joint for me to do. So this is how I should proceed. So you should put a sketch of similar type in front of you to know how to proceed, because this is a bit long process. So it will, if you would like to make this a bit tidy up, it will look like something like this. So it will be, this will be the first one, this will be first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. That's how it will